Hey, everybody. Hope you are well. Welcome to If You Don't Like That. NFL last night, MLB going on. Brewers trailing the Dodgers 3-1 and are in trouble if they lose. Going back to LA for games 3, 4, and possibly game 5 would not be good. Down 2 games to love. Kings in action tomorrow, taking on the LA Clippers in Sacktown. So we can open up the phone lines. You got the QR code above my shoulder. All right. Happy to talk about whatever you want right here on If You Don't Like That. How you doing? Everything good today? Hope you enjoyed my radio show today. I really enjoyed talking with Paul Allen, the radio voice of the Minnesota Vikings. Always good when I can talk with Sean Salisbury. Tomorrow, Bob Papa, the voice of the Giants, to talk about Rio Linda's Cam Scatterboo. I'm looking forward to hearing Bob's take on Scatterboo, who's turned into a real folk hero already in New York, along with Jackson Dart. So that's coming up on the show tomorrow. We'll get you ready for the Kings and the Clippers. So we've got all of that. Your phone calls, send me a text message. What would you like to talk about on this Tuesday edition of If You Don't Like That? Who's going to start at power forward tomorrow? Who do you think is going to be the man that starts? Is it going to be Max Reynaud? Is it going to be Dario Saric? Is it going to be Doug McDermott? Is it going to be Sabonis along with Eubanks? Who's going to be the starting power forward tomorrow when the Kings take the floor against the LA Clippers? What do you think? All right. So while we ponder that question, always love when I can talk to this man. We say hello to Corn Dog right here on If You Don't Like That. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Doing fantastic. It is a great evening.
You got your Indiana. You got your Indiana red color on there. Is that what that is?
No, it's a Nintendo. I haven't just completely jumped ship yet.
Yeah, I got you. I hear you. So give me your thoughts on that game. I mean, Oregon just seems to disappoint their fans every year when they come up with getting all the notoriety. They move up really high in the rankings, and then boom, they lose.
I mean, most people suspected this was a rebuild year for Oregon. They lost a lot from last year's team, so they have a fairly easy schedule. They will make the CFP.
Yeah, they will.
Maybe this is what to them what was to Ohio State last year, where they lose this game and wake up. Who knows? We did see again about this time last year which was the Ohio State Oregon game where Oregon beat Ohio State, but Ohio State they redid their whole kind of way they wanted to use their players and talent, and they got the most out of it and went on a great run.
Yeah, I mean, they did. Very true. And they won the national championship, of course, after, the Michigan game. And you wouldn't think, well, that's not going to happen. But, the bottom line is you just have to get into the playoffs and anything can happen. And I'm with you. Oregon's going to get in. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I don't see them losing the rest of the year.
No, they have a fairly tame schedule. If this was a year where they weren't a rebuilding team, this would probably have been an undefeated Oregon team as well. If this was, a team that actually kept, a couple more of their talent, but they had a lot of talent go to the NFL on their line. But Indiana looks fantastic. Like they went and they just went to Oregon's house. They took their cash, they took their dog. They did anything they wanted. Like Oregon, they had a pick six. They had one, busted play from Indiana's defense, but Indiana dominated the whole rest of the game. They only
What were your thoughts on Texas, Oklahoma?
The thoughts on that? SEC is wide open. There's not a dominant SEC.
No, it's wide open. But were you surprised that Texas handled Oklahoma the way they did?
I'm surprised at how well Texas played in this compared to usual that they've been playing at. I hope Arch Manning actually is developing properly. So yeah, because I do want to see him succeed. I do want to see another Manning in the NFL. I love seeing that name on the back of jerseys.
Yeah, well, could very well happen. There's a long way to go in this college football season. I haven't really been paying attention to Georgia Tech. You told me at the beginning of the year you thought they were going to go undefeated.
So far, so good, man.
Yep.
They're still in the top 15 ranked.
Yep.
Honestly, this playoff's going to have a lot of newcomers. We're going to have A&M probably. We're going to have Georgia Tech most very likely too. We're going to have a lot of these, newcomers that would. Indiana might be a championship team. We're getting a lot of, teams that don't really get talked about, and probably in the old Blair wouldn't even have a shot at it. And
Yep.
now they're getting their shot, and they can do what they want with it, and it becomes any given Saturday in the playoff.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Uh, any thoughts? Have you looked at the games this week and anything that sticks out to you that you're really zeroing in on? I know that you got the rivalry game with USC and Notre Dame, and I'm just wondering if USC were to play badly in South Bend, what does that do for Lincoln Riley's longevity there? I talked about that on my show today with Sean Salisbury. I don't have a good feeling about this. You think Notre Dame beats USC on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CJ Carr's already a top 3 quarterback in college
Yeah, I
football.
agree. He looks
Yeah,
really good. I agree with you.
like again, I saw it from that spring game. I was like, oh, this guy looks so ready. And yeah, Marcus Freeman saw it too. He's a great coach. So yeah, Notre Dame. This is like they lost a lot of talent too from last year too, but they almost won those 2 games that they lost, and those could also be championship teams they lost to, Miami and Texas A&M. So like, don't count out Notre Dame. Like those weren't, like, oh, they tried to come back. Those were close games, like the whole way. Like,
yeah, Miami's really good, as you said, and that was the first game of the year, first game for Carr. So I'm with you on that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Carr's only getting bet like that. That was the best. That was the best we could have seen from, Miami. Notre Dame could totally reach their ceiling like later on this year. Like they have the highest ceiling in my opinion because of just having a true freshman quarterback.
Amen. Always good having you on. Anything else?
So I guess the big rumor of Adidas was the one who bought out James Franklin for Penn State. I heard it from Colin Coward on his podcast, another Fox Sports guy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a lot of money, isn't it?
That's what he heard. He has a lot of sources, so
yeah.
I'm just saying what he said. I don't have sources like him, but that's apparently the big rumors that Adidas did pay the buyout, and Adidas does apparently have a deal with the Big Ten starting next year, where I think they're putting like $300 million into the Big Ten totality. So I think they're
Big
all
money.
going to be wearing Adidas besides Oregon, obviously.
Right. Obviously,
I think all their sports teams are probably all going to get Adidas uniforms now, and probably some upgrades and equipment and stuff and all that.
Yep. Well, we'll keep our eye on it.
I guess Adidas just like, okay, Franklin, like he was losing recruits.
That's right. Yes, he was. And he has. That's right.
He was losing a lot of big name recruits. So I guess they told this is what's happening. I guess his run's over. One hell of a job to take now. That's the hot job to take. Whoever's available or who wants it, that I would jump at it.
Going to be interesting. Thanks, buddy. Good hearing from you as always. You have a good one.
Later.
All right. Good stuff. Always love talking college football with Corn Dog. Somebody asked me about the Falcons +3. What do I think about the game? I don't like teams coming off Monday Night Football and going on the road. I don't like that. So I personally, if it were me, I would stay away from that game. I like the matchup from Atlanta's perspective, but I don't like teams that play on Monday night the following week, especially when they go on the road. I don't like that. I really don't. Ross Tucker has the Colts #1. Good for him. I'll give you my top 5 picks coming up tomorrow. I gave you my, or top 5 teams, I should say. I gave you my bottom 5 today. Tomorrow, I'll give you my top 5 teams in the NFL. All right. Jalen Green will miss the opener against the Kings. Did he get hurt? I didn't even see that. Did he get hurt over in Macau? I missed that. Let's see here. All right. So I'm getting this message. All right. that the report is completely false as it relates to Adidas. All right. And what he just reported, or I mean, Corndog, about Colin Cowherd, said, again, let me read this. The report is patently false. The spokesperson said this decision was made solely by the Penn State administration. Adidas is not helping to pay the buyout for Coach Franklin. That's from Rhino. Staying on top of it. Thank you, buddy. Also, the Kings have exercised the option on Devin Carter, which I'm not really that surprised. So that's good there. If you want to get in on the program, you've got the message. All right. Do I think that Devin Carter has received unfair criticism? He had shoulder surgery his rookie season. He worked hard, and he goes full effort. I really like him. Yes, I do. Got hurt in China. I didn't see that about Jalen Green getting hurt. Again, preseason, right? Preseason. 2 games over in Macau. We saw Keegan Murray get hurt. And now as Jalen Green, let me look that up. I was totally unaware that he suffered an injury. And you hate to see that. I think he's a big part of what they want to do. And yeah, he is going to miss a hamstring setback. So he will not play at the beginning of the season. Already not a good start for the Phoenix Suns. So they will not have Jalen Green. And he'll be unavailable at least for the first game of the year. He re-aggravated the hamstring strain in China. What's he doing playing in China if he's got a hamstring strain? And he's going to be out a couple of weeks. So he won't be playing. Out a couple of weeks. He'll be reevaluated in 10 days. Thanks for the information on that. I had not seen that. That's good news for Sacramento, that's for sure. That's good news for Sacramento. Watching MLB and noticing 10 to 15 second in-game commercials often after player makes an out. See the same thing in the NBA when play at free throws. My thoughts are it's part of the new wave of money in television, and you're going to see more and more of it. Just the way it is. I don't like it any more than you do, but it's you got to pay the bills. You got to pay the bills. Plain and simple. You got to pay the bills. Just like I pay the bills here and talk about New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. Water heaters, water line repair, sewer repair, water filtration, gas lines. Call today, 916-713-1010 or newworksplumbing.com, NEWWRXplumbing.com. New Works Plumbing. They've got a fix for you. Love New Works Plumbing and love talking about them, and hope that if you have a need, you give them a call. All right. What do you want to talk about today? Who do you think is going to start at power forward tomorrow? What do you think? Are you watching the baseball playoffs at all? And if so, what do you think? All right. What do you think? Are you watching the baseball playoffs? Are you watching either the American League or the National League? Dodgers with their great starting pitching. That's the one thing about, I mean, you saw Blake Snell last night, and what Yamamoto's doing. It's now 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th, the Dodgers. So they got their starting pitching is the real freaking deal. It really is. So right now it looks like and again, I'm not ready to say the game's over, but the Brewers, boy, tough to come back when you lose 2 games at home. That's the same story that the Blue Jays are going to be facing. But we've also seen that home field has not really meant much in the baseball playoffs. So, keep that in mind as well. All right, again, if you want to give me a call, you got the QR code above my shoulder. You can send me a message on the chat line, and we will answer the questions. I'm not going to go that long today. Wanted to just talk a little bit about the football games last night. Buffalo's got some real problems. Their defense is just not, I think, good enough to win in the playoffs, assuming they make the playoffs. I don't see it getting much better. I think that's a real issue for the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons defense looks really, really good. Their offense is doing enough. And then you have the Bears. They took advantage of 3 Washington turnovers, and the last one was unforced completely on a routine handoff that the Bears recovered, and they got the game-winning drive. And, of course, how about Jake Moody? How about him with 4 field goals yesterday? It's pretty good, huh? That was pretty good. So we've got this going on. Don't forget, tomorrow, the Kings court with Rhino. Then, of course, the Kings getting ready to take on the Clippers, which means we'll be on tomorrow night after the game. All right. We'll be on after the game with a post-game show. I don't know if I'm going to be doing the post-game show after the Lakers game. I might be getting ready for the weekend. I don't know yet, but I will be doing the post-game show with Rhino tomorrow. I don't know yet about Friday night. I may have a conflict. No conflict tomorrow. I'm looking forward to do that. Says, no, the baseball playoffs are boring, and I tried the Dodgers game tonight. NHL is the better choice. The commentators have to fill the continual void in baseball, even in the playoffs. Yeah, these baseball playoffs have been pretty good, though, but I get you. Steelers at Bengals on Thursday. What are my thoughts? My thoughts are that the Steelers should win this game, will win this game, and should go to 5-1. But I would also say if the Bengals lose, their season's over. So I think you're going to get the best version of the Cincinnati Bengals. But I think the Steelers will prevail. How was Spencer Rattler a starter in Oklahoma over Caleb Williams? The two will go against each other. Well, I don't know, because I remember Spencer Rattler at South Carolina a lot more than I remember him at Oklahoma. I don't even remember him that much at Oklahoma. I remember him at South Carolina. So I can't really comment because I don't remember him that much at Oklahoma. I remember him and I don't really remember Caleb Williams. I remember him at USC. So I can't really answer that question. Haven't watched since the last round, but if they get to a game 6 or 7 in either series, I may tune in. I've been watching a little bit of it just because it's my job, but I'm not into the baseball that much. I'm really not. But the baseball playoffs have been pretty good, and I like the fact that every single run means a lot generally. But I'm not crazy about them. All right. Rattler was highly sought after high school. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. So was Caleb Williams. That's not that uncommon. It's not that uncommon. Don't forget, Kings Court tomorrow, 3 o'clock, Fox Sports Sacramento, and then right back here after the Kings game. We'll break it down for you, the third preseason game. Really curious to see who is going to start at the power forward position for Sacramento. And then we'll get you ready for Thursday Night Football. Chris Landry, LandryFootball.com on Thursday. Tomorrow, Bob Papa, the radio voice of the Giants, to talk about Cam Scatterbo and Jackson Dart. So that is coming up tomorrow. And, of course, your phone calls and your text messages as well during the 3 to 6 show on Fox Sports Sacramento. What else you want to talk about? Again, I'm not going that long today, so now's your chance to get in. If you have any questions, let me know, because I'm only going a little while tonight. And then I'm going to adjourn for the night, get some sleep, come back refreshed tomorrow, and ready to roll. Ready to roll, because I got a big day tomorrow. 3 hours, followed by the Kings postgame show. Yes. All right? Yes. Talking about top 5 different text messages that I'm getting about this individual has this team number 1, that team number 1. It's all for fun. All right? Max Reno is 7-1, but he needs to add muscle to develop into the center spot. Most young players do. No question. You know, Saints at Bears should be a fun one. I like it. I don't know about fun, but, the Saints are 1-5. I don't know about that. Again, teams that play on Monday night, particularly win, normally struggle a little bit on the following game. So keep that in mind. All right? Keep that in mind. We'll go over the NFL schedule on the air tomorrow, and we'll look ahead to the 49ers, who's playing and who's not against the Atlanta Falcons. So we've got that coming up tomorrow, and we'll get you the latest on Major League Baseball. Could Isaac Jones start at the power forward? He could, but I'm with you. I don't think he's quite ready for that. So I would think that's not going to happen. Have I talked to Vlade Divac lately? 2 weeks ago. He's doing very well. He's in Montenegro right now, and he's doing very, very well. He had hip replacement surgery, and so he's been dealing with that, but he's doing good. He's doing good. But again, that was about 2 weeks ago I talked to him, about 2 weeks ago. All right, again, what do you want to talk about before I wrap up this show? Because I'm going to wrap it up real soon. I'm going to get ready for tomorrow. Got a big post-game show coming up. Said Chris Olave is expected to be in the trade market. He has not looked good, especially with the concussion history, maybe. This 49ers injury report has a lot of outcomes for this coming week. All injuries every week in the NFL have a lot to do with it. You're exactly right. Very true. And the first injury report will be tomorrow. So we'll see what George Kittle is listed on that. First injury report for a Sunday game is on Wednesday. And I'm with you. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like tomorrow. All right. I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like tomorrow. All right. What else you want to talk about? Anything else before I say goodnight? You let me know, because we've got a lot to talk about tomorrow. If George Kittle comes back in week 7, it will be a big change. Of course, he's arguably the best tight end in football. So, yes. I mean, when you can have a player like Kittle on the field, you become better. You know? Pearsall, maybe. Purdy, maybe. Kittle. Again, let's wait and see what the injury report looks like tomorrow. But yeah, obviously, you get your players back, but that's not going to help you on defense. Not going to make your defense better. So keep that in mind. Like, that doesn't help your defense. You know, maybe you have more ball control and your defense doesn't have to be on the field as long, but defensively, this team's not going to be able to stop anybody. Just not. You don't have Nick Bosa and you don't have Fred Warner on the field. Your defense is not going to be nearly as good, not even close. All right. I'll have to look at the injury report for Godwin. Same with Mike Evans. So we'll see. I don't know what the latest is on them, but they're able to win. It just doesn't seem like who they put out doesn't matter who out on the field. They seem to be able to prevail. So we'll see. I'm looking forward I always look at the injury reports on Wednesday to see who's out, who's limited, and go from there. So let's face it, if the Bucs keep winning without these guys, that is a real positive sign. De'Aaron Fox, injured pinky, unwillingness to handle the ball, and uninterested body language really derailed the season. It's old news, though. Old news. Let's move on. It's a new season. It's a new beginning. And, go from there. All right? Do I think that Bijan Robinson is going to run over the 49ers? Yes, I do. I think he'll have a very big game. I do. Yeah. He took a lot of hits last night, though. Let's see how his body is coming up on Sunday. He took a lot of hits. All right. I'm going to say so long. Tomorrow, Rhino, Kings Court, 3 o'clock, Fox Sports Sacramento. And back here tomorrow night on the postgame show. Can't wait. Talk to you then. Make it a good one, everybody. Stay safe. Bye-bye now.